Hi, everybody.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Brianna.
And we're the KetoKuties.
So last week we both started the keto diet.
And we're a week into it now, and we just thought we'd make a little blog post about our progress. And we plan to keep these blog posts going every week. We have a blog at KetoKuties.wordpress.com. That we'll post like our favorite recipes, our products that we find, so you can keep checking back for more information on the keto diet. Because while this is our first week, we know we've been doing research this whole entire week, trying to figure out what everything is, what all the terminology is, and so we thought we'd start making these videos to help people kind of understand it and how we've learned to understand it.
So why are we doing keto? Basically, the number one thing is we want to be healthy, and we've heard that it's a really healthy diet to be on. There's a lot of benefits. You can lose weight pretty quick, and you can keep it off. It also helps with your focus and your energy, so you have a lot more energy, and you're tired less, and I've also heard that it can help with headaches, which is a really good plus for me because I get a lot of headaches. And we just feel like it's a pretty good diet so far. There's obviously been some challenges and some successes, but we'll talk about that later in the video.
So the main parts of keto that you need to know, that we think you need to know, is how you measure it and how you know what you're supposed to eat and what you're not supposed to eat. And you'll hear people talk about your macros, which is your macronutrients. So really that breaks it down into your net carbs, your protein, your fats, and your calories. Mm-hmm. So it's really all dependent on how much you want to lose, what your current weight is, what your height, your weight, your BMI, all those things go into making up your macros. Keto is a low carb, high fat diet.
And moderate protein.
Yeah. And so, and you have to watch your sugar, so you shouldn't be having pretty much any sugar.
Yeah.
Because what keto is your body, this is how I explain it, is...
And we're still researching. We're not like amazing scientists on this at all. So this is what we're taking from it. Your
body now feeds off carbs. That's how you get energy. And with keto, you're not eating that many carbs, so your body has no carbs to feed off of.
And it's glycerin. Glycerin is what your body feeds off of for energy.
And so now it starts to feed off your fat.
And that's when you get into ketosis. Mm-hmm. And ketosis is a natural form of energy, whereas when your body is feeding off like those carbs energy, it's not natural energy, so you can really get tired really easily or kind of go down really quickly, and I think we've all been through that, whereas in ketosis, it's your natural body giving you energy. You're not gonna, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is, but kind of like roll down on during the day. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you would have energy throughout the whole day, and yeah, I think it's going pretty good.
So for our macros, what we found is there's a lot of macro calculators out there, and if you see us looking down, it's one of our dogs. So this is Bentley.
This is Bentley. Say hi.
Scooter's having a treat right now, so he's a little preoccupied.
He's preoccupied.
But there's a lot of calculators and there's a lot of online resources to use, so really Google it. Mm-hmm. I was actually surprised at the number of things that I found. It's pretty much, you can Google anything and you can get some resources. Mm-hmm. So we actually used, we're not being paid to promote it or anything, we used the Keto Diet app, mm-hmm. And we actually paid for the app, and it's basically MyFitnessPal for keto specifically. So it's really nice because it tells you to put all your information in, and you can look at it, and then it tells you how many net carbs you have, your protein, your calories, your fat, and you can put in your meals, and it keeps track of all that for you. So I really recommend checking that out. It's helped us through our first mm-hmm, week. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what we live by and how we do it.
And there's an awesome thing too. You can like scan your food. So if you don't know like what, or you don't want to put in all the information yourself, you can scan it, or there's also recipes already on there. So you're like, oh, that sounds good. And it tells you exactly what's in it, how many servings you get. It's awesome. It really is.
So for our macros, we both have the same amount of net carbs. We have 25 net carbs. I have about 100 grams of fat, and I'm not exactly sure. I think it's around 80 or 90 grams of protein. Yeah. And honestly, I can't even tell you what my calories is at because I never reach the calories and never am in jeopardy of using that many calories.
And you're not really ever looking at the calories, so that's a really cool thing. My net carbs, as he said, is 25 carbs, so I can't eat over that a day. I think my fat intake is like 109 grams, and then my protein is 72. I did start out this week of going with a large deficit, so that means I wanted to lose weight fast, and I really felt like I was starving myself and that I really wasn't eating what I needed to make myself feel full. But that could also have been because we weren't really educated and we were thinking we were eating the right foods. But even a week later, I feel so much more educated on it. So I have decreased my well, now I'm moderate. So instead of a large deficit, I'm a moderate deficit. So I get more fat and more protein.
And we're just kind of talking off the cuff right now. So in the video, we'll put a little graphic up of what our exact macros are so you can see what that is. So this is our first video, as we said, and so we kind of wanted to just start off by talking about our heights and weights so you can kind of see the progress, and we'll give a weekly update. We're filming this a week into it, so my starting weight was 280 pounds, and I'm 5'11", and I'm 25 years old.
And my starting weight was 140, and I am 5'2", and I am also 25 years old. And
so we haven't weighed ourselves. We started Tuesday, and we're filming this on Monday. So the video will be uploaded on Tuesday, and we'll put what our current weight is. So here is the current weight reveal moment. As you're seeing on the screen, we don't even know what it is right now.
Hopefully it's good.
So, and we also have our measurements. We took our measurements so we can kind of see the progress.
And we already see progress in our faces and like our waist, things like that. So we already are seeing little successes for sure. Just only a weekend.
So right now we kind of want to talk about our first week on keto. Like, what were our challenges or successes? What did we eat? We went grocery shopping. So I think it all started last weekend on Saturday. We wanted to give our friend Levi a shout out because he's the one who turned us on to the keto diet. He's one of our good friends, and he lost a very significant amount of weight. So we asked him what he did, and he talked to us about keto. Yeah. So after he told us about keto, we did a ton of research on it. And Brianna was the one who kind of like, we should do this. It's a really cool diet. And then I looked into it, and I'm like, okay, this sounds good. And so from there, we did some research, found about the Keto Diet app, and kind of we used that to plan our first week. So on it, it shows you your meals, and you can add your meals to your planner.
So our first meal last week, we had jalapeno chicken casserole. And it was really delicious, actually. It was really good. But the thing about that, because we were just straight using our keto apps, we weren't really going off of other recipes. I felt like it was kind of a little portion, and me and Alex were both like, this is all we get to eat. But overall, it was really good, very fulfilling. It fed us for 3 meals each. So that was good. That's the good thing about keto. I think when you prepare a meal, you get a lot of meals with it, and you want to eat it because it is delicious.
I think this goes into this was my main challenges was the portion sizes. Because I think I really didn't know how much I was eating. Like, I just thought it was a portion size and I could eat as much. But really the portion sizes are a lot smaller, so kind of adjusting and my stomach adjusting to the portion size. Like Brandon was talking about the chicken jalapeno casserole, you had one chicken thigh that was probably like this big.
Yeah.
So it was like, whoa, that's all we get, where we probably could have had the whole 3 days each it prepares it for in one night. So
Yeah.
that was a big challenge for us. But it tasted really good.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite things so far in keto.
Our second night we had chicken wings. I think that was what we had. And those were really delicious. Or they're chicken thighs, actually.
No, they're wings.
They're wings?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. They were pretty much just like pepper, salt,
baking
powder, so
and
that
paprika.
like got the crispiness on it. One thing with that meal, it took a long time to cook. It was like an hour, but it was delicious. I probably have never like eaten off of a bone like in a chicken like so much. It might have been because I was starving, but it was delicious. Because at first I think that we were so uneducated that we could have eaten more, but we felt like we were doing the right thing. But the chicken wings were really good, and that fed us for a couple meals as well.
And I think we shouldn't shy away. Like, we did feel hungry the first couple of days and stuff, so you may feel hungry, and it's a week into it, and we just had dinner a little bit ago, and I don't feel hungry anymore.
I feel so full.
Like, you definitely adjust quicker than you think, until you just have to, like, when you think I'll just have a couple more chips and stuff, just power through it, don't do it. Look at some healthy snacks that you can have. Vegetables are really good.
Yep. Cheese.
There's not a lot of net carbs or fat in vegetables, so you can have a decent amount of decent quantity of them without that many macros in them.
And honestly, we had a lot of good meals, and we had pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Fathead pizza. I'm skipping around. That wasn't our third meal, but it was probably one of my favorite meals that we've had. We literally made the crust ourselves. It's out of almond flour, Parmesan cheese, cream cheese. Literally the best. It was honestly better than real pizza.
And there's tons of Facebook groups, so get on them. Make sure you find the one that's right for you. But Fathead Pizza has been talked about in every single one, and we cracked down and we made it. And
so
we think it's better than normal pizza.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
So I would recommend trying that out.
And most things, too, for those of you who don't know, I'm gluten-free. And this diet is completely gluten-free. So I don't have any problem adjusting my own diet that I have to do. So that's an awesome perk. We also made bunless egg sandwiches. So we use like the mason jar lids, and Alex put like eggs in there, and we got cheese, bacon. I put avocado on mine, and I think it filled us up. Probably ate it at like 9 o'clock, and we didn't eat till like 4, and we were fulfilled. So it was really good.
And then we had cauliflower grilled cheese,
which was good.
Which is just you grind up cauliflower, put egg and Parmesan cheese, and make it like toast and fry it, and you put cheese. And then we finished the day with a piece of salmon and some veggies.
So good.
And that was all in one day. So as you can see, we started the day with just having one piece of chicken during the first day of our diet, and then that for dinner and stuff, and 3 chicken wings, to having an egg sandwich, a cauliflower grilled cheese, and a piece of salmon. So we really found what it is. And I think what I've been telling people when I talk about this diet is we went straight to look for the things that sounded the best. Yeah. Because that's what we were used to, those type of meals. And those also are in the highest in fat. And while this diet is a high-fat diet, some of those things had like 50 grams of fat, which cuts your fat in half for the day. Yeah. And really, you want to make sure you're kind of balancing out for the whole day. If you want to have a snack, you can have that too. Yeah. So snacks, we made ice cream last night. So it's whipping cream, stevia, like that sugar-free sugar. The
natural sweetener, whatever, and unsweetened chocolate chips, vanilla, and it's ice cream, and you put it in the freezer, and it's ice cream. And we've also we bought peanut butter at the natural food store, and we literally grinded up peanuts, so it's unsweet. But it's like roasted peanuts, grounded up, and we got like this whole big bin of peanut butter. And that's one thing that Alex and I were both like, oh my gosh, we need peanut butter in our life. And we found the solution, and it's delicious. And it is high in fat, so you need to watch like your intake. We were having like, I think like a tablespoon of the peanut butter, or maybe like. But like it really, honestly, like after you do this, and we've only done it for a week, but I had a really bad day on Saturday, and I was craving sweets so bad, but I feel like today I'm not really craving them. And like when you just have like a spoonful of peanut butter or like a spoonful of like unsweetened chocolate chips, like I think it really like satisfies that sweet craving, I think.
And you'll see a lot of people talk about peanut butter isn't good, and we're not saying you should or you shouldn't do it, but we fit it into our diet that we're allowed to have that amount of peanut butter, because basically how we're doing our diet is if we're meeting our macros and we're not going over in a category and stuff, we're doing it right. And I think we've seen results in this way of doing it. So really, there's no perfect guide to keto. You just do it yourself, and like whatever works for you, and I think you need to remember that, because when you get on these Facebook groups, you're going to see some haters, as I like to call them, people saying that you shouldn't be doing this.
You shouldn't be eating that.
You shouldn't be asking for recipes and stuff, that you should have known it yourself. So really, find those groups. I know there's some groups that are all about support and no judgment. So really find those, and I think those are going to be more beneficial than some of the mainstream ones.
Absolutely. Okay.
Any other challenges you think, Brianna, that you faced this week?
You know, I think my challenge was being tired. I felt very, very tired, and there's a thing called the keto flu, where your body is pretty much detoxing those carbs and those sugars that your body is used to taking. So your body is literally detoxing because you're not feeding your body that stuff anymore. So I felt tired last week. It was hard to focus for me. I really had to like push through. But water really helped. I drink over 100 ounces of water now a day, and I feel like that really helps. I feel like I'm thirsty if I don't drink water. We add lemon, lime, even salt is good. So if you have the keto flu, you might experience tiredness, weakness, which I felt, like muscle aches, which I've also felt. But pickle juice and pickles help really well with that, and I can really attest to that because it helped me.
And the salt adds electrolytes to the water, so...
And electrolytes help with the keto flu.
And we've been using sea salt or the pink Himalayan salt is like the big ones that we see people usually use because they're all natural and stuff. So really look into that.
So I think I had maybe a little version of the keto flu on Saturday. I felt terrible, and I also was craving so much sweets. It was terrible. I had not felt that way since the diet, which, less than a week, but I almost felt like helpless, like, oh my gosh. And I don't think Alex has really felt that way just yet about any like sweets or that, but I was truly craving. But then the next day I was fine. So I think it's all about drinking water and eating foods that allow you to eat appropriately all day, so you're not feeling full for lunch and like super hungry for dinner. So another struggle of mine would be, and if you know me, you know that I love wine so much, and some wine is not appropriate on the keto diet. It has a ton of carbs, so there are wines out there that are safe, but you just are going to be drinking your carbs and alcohol, so that's your choice. I love wine, but the only wines that you can have are like the red dry wines. But that's okay. I will deal with that. I can't have my sweet Moscato anymore, but it's worth it.
And so this week we haven't worked out at all. We really wanted to go through the diet full. We talked about the keto flu. I wanted to make sure nothing of that happened and affected our working out. So we didn't work out. We plan to work out this week. So all the results you have seen is just diet alone, and no working out.
Absolutely.
So now we've talked about this past week. Brianna's going to give you a little bit of what we're doing this week.
So some meals that we're looking forward to this week, just for dinner today, we had taco salad. So we bought like big, like a lettuce head, and Alex kind of had like tacos in the lettuce, but I made mine into a salad. It was so good. It was just taco meat. Alex seasoned it appropriately because most taco seasonings aren't keto friendly. We had sour cream, a bunch of cheese, tomatoes. Delicious, honestly. Probably my favorite meal I've had so far because it was really filling, and I feel like we had like a real big amount, so that was good. So we're gonna finish that up for tomorrow's lunch. Tomorrow night we're gonna have chicken salad, and we're gonna make bread with it. We're gonna make keto bread, which I'm excited about. So that'll be good and yummy, and then we'll eat that for a couple days, and then we're gonna have chicken wings again, those ones that we were talked about before that we love, and we're gonna have pizza again, which we love too, and I think brings us to our whole week not the weekend, but the whole week. And then, in between that, we can have cheese. We hard boil eggs, which is a good snack. Vegetables, cucumbers, celery, unsweetened chocolate, peanut butter, all that good stuff. You can kind of find anything. There's pork rinds that you can have with sour cream. We've had that, and it is so good. It really is delicious.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
Yeah, and we plan to do these vlogs every week, posted on Tuesday, of our progress, what we've learned, what we didn't learn, and stuff. And again, check out our social media. We're KetoKuties on all social medias, and cuties is spelled with a K. KetoKuties.wordpress.com is our blog. We'll post a bunch of things. So check it out for resources. We'll post resources that we find. And so really, if you have any questions, you can reach out over social media, through our blog.
Let us know if you want us to talk about anything like specific that maybe we're going through, maybe you're going through too, and you just want to hear from us.
Yeah. But thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can get all the KetoKuties news. Thanks.
Thank you.